Anime Vanguards just completely confirmed that One Piece will be coming to the game soon. Now I know this might cause for some celebration, and I promise I'm not lying. If you're not in the Discord or you just missed the ping for it, one of the devs, Clay, just posted a sneak peek in their Discord showing this image. Now if you're really not tapped into One Piece, then you might not know what this is, but if you watch the show or just play any One Piece Roblox game on the platform, you'll know that this right here is from Katakuri, a very popular character on One Piece. He is most definitely, arguably, one of a lot of people's goats. A ton of people like the character, and so to see this being posted in the Anime Vanguards Discord just basically confirms that One Piece is now a prospect for future updates. Now I do have some extra exclusive information from this, so I'll be telling y'all right now. Katakuri will be a world line unit right after Freeman. So that means you're gonna have to do all that dirty work, grind from level 1 to 50 in world lines to achieve him. But this isn't just all it means that Katakuri is coming to the game. If you weren't here for the stage yesterday, this was actually one of the bigger topics that we were talking about yesterday. A lot of people, as every stage goes, were asking about the status of One Piece. Now, in fact, this was also something that was brought up in the interview that Loritomo and Perry did with Kazi. Watch that video, by the way. We worked very hard on it. But basically, Loritomo asked if One Piece was now something that was available to the dev team since Anime Last Stand added Gear 5 Luffy and they did not get their game immediately terminated and swatted by the FBI. Of course, Kazi didn't leak anything, but he did give a maybe, and a maybe I guess was more than enough because now we have this sneak peek. So if you haven't put 2 and 2 together yet, this means that One Piece, one of the biggest and most popular animes in the world, is finally coming to Anime Vanguards. Now this entire time they've pretty much been completely avoiding it like the plague simply because of the IP. To put it simply, they're trying to avoid getting absolutely boomed. I'm sure we all remember what happened to Anime Adventures, and they've been heavily trying to avoid that same situation. Obviously, they don't want to have to end up making the units look like Anime Defenders units or the Anime Adventures reskins, so they decided to play it safe, where it finally seems that One Piece is free reign with the entire defense games. Now, honestly, this is a long time coming. I mean, this since the start, since like update 0.5, people were asking, "Where's One Piece? Where's One Piece?" And you know, it's kind of like a staple for tower defense games to have some kind of One Piece update. But, you know, ever since Anime Adventures got taken down, nobody has wanted to try that. Thankfully, Anime Last Stand took the plunge, and looks like they came out fine, so we're gonna get this. Now, as I did say before, Katakuri is going to be a world's line unit, so the next update probably isn't going to be One Piece themed, as I've never heard or seen of a world's line character being in theme with the rest of the update. But again, this just does open up the future for any other types of One Piece content to be added into the game. So just for some guesses, let's think of some characters that also might be coming. We might get Snake Man Luffy, we might get Gear 4 Bounce Man. I don't think we're gonna get Gear 5 just simply because it's really close to the ALS release of Gear 5. Me personally, I don't really like having to release something right after somebody else and it being like, oh, you copied them, Anime Vanguards can't be original. I'd hate that shit. So I doubt Gear 5 Luffy is going to be coming anytime soon, but it's not an impossibility. Now, one of the other things that we mentioned on stage were if the community would be okay with characters that have heavier IPs or characters that would be easier to copyright having their models change just a little bit. I think a lot of people, or at least a lot of the content creators on stage who were able to answer back, and the people who were responding in the stage chat below, said that they would be fine with it as long as it's not completely disgusting like some other reskins. And so I do think that his model will be changed just a little bit, or to some degree where copyright should not affect him. Now, that's probably going to be the case for most One Piece content from this game. Even though I would like my Luffy to not look like Gerald the Swashbuckler, it's kind of inevitable because at the same time, I don't want this game getting taken down by something like GameFam. But yeah, they've said that they are considering some really cool stuff as well. So again, that probably means we're going to be getting a lot more One Piece content. Hopefully. There's been no confirmation that we'll be getting a full stage or anything like that. The only thing I can 100% tell you that we're getting is Katakuri as a World Lines unit. Nothing else has been stated, nothing else has been absolutely confirmed. We'll just have to take this as it is. But some other great news that we can infer from this sneak. Another anime was mentioned alongside One Piece as having a heavier IP, and that one anime is Attack on Titan. Now, I did mention Attack on Titan up on stage yesterday, and Kazi did say that Attack on Titan was high up on his list to kind of get into the game, so hopefully we can get that too. We might see some of the best characters in fiction, such as Eren, Mikasa, Erwin, Levi. There's just so much that opens up once they're finally ready to take that dive and see what they can get away with. Now, speaking of what they can get away with, I think that's exactly what Katakuri might be for. Not only is he one of the most beloved characters in One Piece, but he's also someone that they can drop solo to see what happens. He might just be a character to test the waters, but they don't want to add just any character, so they might as well make it worth their time and implement a unit that people will love. So again, I think part of the reason why they're adding Katakuri as a World Lines unit is so that they can test the waters, see what happens when they implement a One Piece unit with some kind of slightly altered model, and decide where to go from there. Because if they're able to pull this off, again, we'll have a lot more coming in the future. Katakuri might be to test the waters, but if it works, we'll be eating good. Now, as I'm making this video, Clay also said that the moveset for him is already made. I'm not sure if that means it's developed or if it's just like written out, but for a World Line character, it sounds like they're really excited to make him work. So he might be a really good unit. Now, hopefully they don't just make him a slow unit. He is pretty one-dimensional in Anime Adventures and fell off after a bit, especially since Amelia released, but you never know with Anime Vanguards. They always like to add some type of twist to the units that they release, especially within their passives. I'm sure that they'll do him justice, especially since this is one of the most beloved characters in the entire show, so I have no doubts that they will not do my boy dirty. Anyways, with Katakuri coming on as the new World Lines unit, I think that also means that we'll be getting a World Lines reset within the next update. So that means he'll be appearing alongside characters like Sid and whoever else they've got for the next update. Whether it'll be update 5.5 or something else, this will also probably mean that the winter event is going to go away soon or be replaced. So I'd 100% make sure to do all that before it completely disappears. I definitely have some work to do on that front, but we'll just ignore that. I am extremely behind. Now that's pretty much all the news I have for this video. The sneak did just drop like an hour ago for me, so I just dropped everything I was doing and made this video. So if you found it interesting, you liked it, whatever, drop a sub, drop a like, comment down below whatever your thoughts are on this update. Let me know if you're excited. And one very last thing before I end this video off, make sure that you check out this video that me, Lord Tomo, and Perry worked on all together. This was something that took us 2 weeks to make, and we put our absolute soul into this, so I want everyone to see what we produced. It's a complete history and rundown of the lifespan of Anime Vanguards so far and everything that it's gone through. So if you're interested in that, go take a peek. It's a really well-made video, so I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. Now again, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later.